Are you struggling to accomplish difficult tasks or feel unmotivated to push yourself outside of your comfort zone? You are not alone. The human brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, which often makes it challenging to tackle challenges that require hard work and dedication. This is where dopamine detox comes into play. By taking a break from pleasure-seeking activities and learning to enjoy challenging tasks, we can train our brains to find fulfillment in the long-term rewards of hard work. In this video, we will explore the concept of dopamine detox and provide tips on how to trick your brain into enjoying hard things. By the end of the video, you'll have the tools to overcome procrastination and achieve your goals with a newfound sense of motivation and purpose. Understanding dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter responsible for transmitting signals between neurons in the brain. It is often called the pleasure hormone because it's associated with feelings of pleasure, reward, and motivation. The dopamine release in the brain is triggered by eating, exercising, and engaging in social interactions. The science behind dopamine is essential to our brains because it helps to regulate our mood, motivation, and reward systems. When we experience something pleasurable, dopamine is released, reinforcing the behavior and motivating us to seek similar experiences in the future. However, over time, our brains can become desensitized to the effects of dopamine, leading us to seek out more intense experiences to achieve the same level of pleasure. This is where dopamine detox comes in. By taking a break from pleasurable activities, we can allow our brains to reset and become more sensitive to dopamine's effects. This can increase motivation, focus, and a renewed sense of purpose. Therefore, dopamine plays a vital role in our brain's reward and motivation systems. By understanding the science behind dopamine and how it affects our behavior, we can take steps to regulate our dopamine levels and achieve a healthier, more balanced approach to pleasure-seeking activities. The need for dopamine detox. The modern lifestyle that most of us lead is inundated with activities that release excessive dopamine in our brains. Social media, online video games, streaming services, and even food delivery apps offer us a constant stream of dopamine hits, leading to addiction and a lack of motivation. When addicted to these activities, we lose sight of our natural rewards our brains crave, such as time spent with loved ones, engaging in physical activity, and accomplishing tasks. Dopamine detox is a way to resensitize our brains to natural rewards and break free from the cycle of addiction to modern stimuli. Taking a break from these activities that overstimulate our dopamine receptors allows our brains to reset and become more receptive to the natural rewards we have missed. There are numerous benefits to dopamine detox, including increased motivation and productivity. When our brains are not constantly flooded with dopamine, we're more likely to feel motivated to pursue activities that are rewarding in the long run. We're also more likely to engage in physical activity, which releases natural endorphins that help us feel better and more energized. Moreover, dopamine detox can help us regain control of our lives. When we're addicted to the constant stream of dopamine hits provided by social media or other activities, we often feel like we're not in control of our lives. Taking a break from these activities can help us regain control and focus on what truly matters. Stay tuned in the video and learn how I tricked my brain to like doing hard things. How to get started with dopamine detox. Homeostasis and dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a vital role in the brain's reward and motivational system. It regulates movement, emotional responses, and our ability to experience pleasure and pain. Homeostasis is the body's natural tendency to maintain stability and balance by adjusting its internal conditions. When we engage in a pleasurable activity, our brain releases dopamine, which creates a sense of reward and pleasure. However, the brain quickly adapts to this increase in dopamine levels and returns to a state of equilibrium, also known as homeostasis. The natural adaptation to pleasure-seeking behavior makes it harder to achieve the same level of satisfaction from the same activity over time. For example, the internet, phones, and computers are highly stimulating devices that keep our brains in constant excitement. Social media, in particular, can be highly addictive and lead to excessive dopamine release. Similarly, music can be highly stimulating, and the constant availability of entertainment through streaming services can keep our brains in constant stimulation. During dopamine detox, engaging in activities that promote relaxation and self-reflection is important. These activities can help our brains to resensitize to natural rewards and reduce our dependence on external stimuli. One such activity is walking, which has been shown to have numerous benefits for physical and mental health. Walking in nature can help reduce stress and increase feelings of calmness while promoting physical activity and boosting mood. For more informative videos about tricking your brain into doing hard things, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Tolerance and dopamine. Tolerance is when the body's response to a substance or activity decreases over time with repeated exposure. When it comes to dopamine, repeated exposure to pleasurable activities can lead to a decrease in dopamine receptor density, which means that the brain becomes less responsive to the effects of dopamine. This decrease in receptor density can reduce the brain's ability to feel pleasure, leading to decreased motivation and increased desire to engage in more pleasurable activities to compensate. Masturbation is another activity that can lead to excessive dopamine release. Sexual stimulation can lead to the release of large amounts of dopamine, and constant access to pornography through the internet can lead to addiction and desensitization to natural rewards. Highly processed foods are designed to be highly palatable, and the constant consumption of these foods can lead to addiction and desensitization to natural rewards. You need to understand how you can handle your dopamine. For example, choose a time. Decide how long you want to do your dopamine detox. This can be a day, a weekend, or even a week. If you need help making goals more actionable, we created a video about using the SMART method. Meditation is another powerful tool for promoting dopamine detox. By focusing on our breath and tuning out external distractions, we can better train our brains to regulate its responses to stimuli. Meditation has been shown to reduce anxiety and depression and improve attention and focus. Reflection and journaling can also be valuable activities during dopamine detox. By reflecting on our experiences and emotions, we can better understand ourselves and our behavior patterns. Journaling can also help us identify and develop strategies for managing our triggers. Dopamine and depression. Dopamine is often associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation, but research has also found a negative correlation between dopamine levels and depression. Studies have shown that people with depression tend to have lower dopamine levels in their brains, and that dopamine agonists, drugs that increase dopamine levels, have effectively treated depression in some patients. However, evidence suggests that dopamine may not be the sole cause of depression, and that other factors, such as serotonin and norepinephrine, may also play a role. It's important to note that the relationship between dopamine and depression is complex, and that various factors, including genetics, environment, and lifestyle, can influence dopamine levels. Engaging in pleasurable activities can increase dopamine levels, but addressing any underlying mental health issues and seeking professional help, if needed, is important. In conclusion, dopamine plays a crucial role in our brain's reward and motivation systems, and understanding its effects on our behavior can help us make healthier choices and lead a more fulfilling life. During a dopamine detox, it's essential to avoid these activities, as they can interfere with resensitizing the brain to natural rewards. By avoiding these activities, we allow our brains to reset and recalibrate, allowing us to experience pleasure from natural rewards again. This can increase motivation and productivity as we become more attuned to the natural rewards of achieving our goals and pursuing our passions. Another example is planning alternative activities. Plan activities to replace the ones you want to eliminate. This can include exercise, socializing, reading, or pursuing a creative hobby. You can also commit to your dopamine detox and hold yourself accountable while avoiding stress. It may be challenging at first, but the benefits are worth it. Overall, saying yes to activities that promote relaxation, mindfulness, and self-reflection can be an important part of the dopamine detox process. By resensitizing our brains to natural rewards, we can cultivate a more balanced and fulfilling relationship with the world around us. In conclusion, the video has discussed the concept of dopamine its importance in the brain, and how excessive dopamine releases can lead to problems like addiction, depression, and lack of motivation. The video has also highlighted the benefits of dopamine detox, which can help resensitize our brain to natural rewards, increase motivation and productivity, and improve overall mental health. To start with dopamine detox, viewers should identify activities that lead to excessive dopamine release and avoid them during the detox. They can also engage in activities that promote dopamine detox, like walking, meditation, reflection, and journaling. Planning the detox and setting achievable goals are essential to ensure success. Finally, we encourage you to try dopamine detox and share your experiences with others. Liking, commenting, and subscribing to the Improving Everyday channel can also help them stay motivated and engage with similar content in the future.